Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers at 24/7. So, as you can see, all the mentors of your JIB here with me in this particular session. So, it's very obvious we are coming with a very special session for all of you. But before starting the topic, before coming to the towards the topic, I would request to all of you do share the session on your Telegram channel, WhatsApp group, Facebook group, wherever you know the JIB aspirants are available who are looking for a dedicated batch in which they will be able to clear their exam in the first attempt in the single attempt. And also do make sure you read or you attend this particular session till the very end, because a lot of interesting things will be there in the end of the session. So if I start about this particular session, so I would love to inform you first that your exam dates have been postponed, and now your exam will start from 8th of June, and it will start from your fourth paper, that is retail banking and wealth management. After that, there is no gap. 9th of June, you will be having your IEIFS paper. Then 16th of June, you will be having your PPB exam. And the last will be 22nd of June, that will be your AFM paper. So this is the sequence, or this is the new dates of your paper. If you are not aware about it, do make sure you aware about it. And the admit card will be available before 1 week. Yes. Yeah, before 1 week of your exam, admit card will also be available for all of you, the updated admit cards. So because now we have more time, so I guess it's very good opportunity for all the aspirants who are going for the JIB in this particular term. Because earlier already you were getting 20 days extra for your paper, because obviously every time the JIB paper used to start from the very first Sunday of the May. But now it was going to start from your 25th of May. It means your fourth Saturday. But now it also postponed 1 week, or I can say not 1 week, 2 weeks, because your first paper will be your 8th of June. So you have a lot of time. So I guess now this you have to take a resolution, like no matter what, all the four subjects should be clear with the 60 plus score in this particular time, because you are getting 2 months extra to prepare. So for that only, we are here with all of you to discuss what should be done in the next 2 months so that you will clear your paper. So over to Aarti ma'am. Ma'am, what is your suggestion here?
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, everyone. So I think if we are getting grace time, so whatever our plan was earlier, we have to stick over it. If we change our plan, our whole study schedule will be changed. And this is the big mistake what we aspirants, we candidates generally do. So stop those silly mistakes and stop that postponing and procrastinating your study plan and everything. Otherwise, your this attempt will be not your last attempt. So our main goal is to clear this June 2024 attempt. So, and we are getting extra grace time. So this is a right opportunity, right period to start your journey and stick to your old plan, whatever you planned already earlier. So here this is the right time to stick and follow all your classes precisely, so that no any pending classes will be leftovers, and join our sessions. We are conducting mini marathons and over MCQs and many more classes what are relevant for upcoming exams. And here I am shifting to Suprabha ma'am. She will tell more about it.
Hello, aspirants. So, welcome to Officer Adda 24/7. So, as already Aman ma'am said that you have 2 months in your hand, right? First exam will be conducted on 8th of June. So, exactly 2 months. Do revision multiple times, because as you know that in JIB exam, you have the different kinds of question, like numerical question will be there, case study based question will be there, 1 mark, 2 mark, half an mark, right? And statement based question will be there. So utilize your this 2 months will be your revision time. See, already closing month now, and right, March was very busy for all of you. Now April, May, and almost 7 days of June you have in your hand. So approx 2 months are remaining. So just prepare, right? Your JIB exam, you have four exam, and there is no gap between the RBWM and IE and IFS. So that is a right. I think Aman, mein 1 month, 1 gap, 1 week gap is there.
No. 8th is RBWM and 9th
Ninth.
is IFS.
So
No gap
definitely
between.
then you have the very difficult paper, that is IE and IFS, exactly just after the RBWM, right? So give your time to PPB, RBWM, and AFM. Thank God you are getting 1 month, 1 week for that, right? So Niharika ma'am, what about the AFM paper?
Ma'am, I think the entire JIB examination has definitely gone for the best. If not worst, I would say it has gone for the best. Firstly, if we look at the previous date sheet, there were little tweaks that were definitely required. First of all, IEFS and PPB. Both of these subjects are terribly long, lengthy. I think Aman ma'am would agree on that.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
problem
exactly.
is, if you are doing these subjects together, more or less you are burdened. Which particular subject I should take up? Acha, again, you have another trouble. You have to prepare for other subjects as well because you're working. Big working, that means you 8 to 10 hours of a day are already gone. And then you have to prepare for two subjects at one point of time, and that too, both heavy. So I think when we talk about the new date sheet, it gives you relief. Number one, RPWM is sorted. It has a lesser, in terms of the volume of syllabus, it is less bulky and more scoring. Sorry. And then if I talk about IE and FS, it becomes more bearable to go for both of these. Second thing that comes is if I talk about the PPP examination, you get another week. Then we have our examination, which is delayed by 20 days. I think 20 days for AFM, if I talk about, you get enough time, not only in terms of our preparation, but also for the revision and even the test series. So you get enough time for that particular part. So I think it should be for our benefit ultimately. But yes, I would still like to add one more point there, that if you are actually having this particular time, do not let it go. Because as you can see, Aman ma'am is right now telling us all about the examinations there.
Yes, exactly. As we know, each subject have 4 modules, and these are the unit numbers you have. Actually, when you see as a unit wise, you look like let's say only 30 units or 45 units are there. But actually, when you study these units, you find a lot of subtopics are there that you have to cover. And in every para, almost you find certain new subject or sorry, new topic that you have not might be heard about it. So you have to first understood that particular term, and then you can move forward with the theory or with the particular topic of yours. So that make your syllabus very lengthy and very kind of we can say you have to put a lot of time to understand the concepts here. And that's why we keep saying that because you also are working, so we keep saying that trust one source. First research on the source, like what source will be good for you, trust on that particular source and just follow that particular source. So what happens as a student, it is our habit, it's a nature, like we keep looking for a material, we are keep looking for a PDFs, we are keep looking for the YouTube sessions, and that takes a lot of time of ours. But we do not have to do that. Just focus one particular channel, one particular source, and follow the strategy which is already told by each and every mentor of your related to a subject. Because not it's not like how much content you have, it's like how much you are able to understand and you are able to revise. So do not waste your time to find out the multiple platforms or the multiple PDFs or the class PDFs or the recorded videos or the YouTube live session. Do not worry about it. Just follow one particular source and start with the conceptual study, because you can see a lot of syllabus is there. And these two paper will be together like 8th and 9th. And IEIFS is a very lengthy subject and it's a kind of new subject for bankers. It's not like you haven't heard about economics earlier. You have studied that in your school time. A lot of you might be having an economics background, but yes, a lot of bankers are there who do not have link related to the Indian economy subject from a very long period of time. So that's why it looks like a lengthy subject, it looks like a tough subject for you. PPP actually the lengthiest one in the all the 4 subjects, but it is comfortable for you because you are working on it. Because in the bank you are doing practical on the lot of terms that you are going to study in the PPP. So it makes the subject easy for you. But yes, IEIFS is a kind of subject that you find a little bit difficult. But apart from that, if I talk about retail banking, because it's a retail banking, the half part is known to you. Wealth management might be new for every one of you, but retail banking, I guess everybody know about it. They are doing practical about it. But yes, to understand the theory, to understand the concept, and performing a job on that, these are the two different things. So you have to focus on the concept, and as you can see, syllabus is lengthy. Start early. And now because we have 2 months left in the paper, so we have to make choice, like module wise you have to give weightage to the modules. In every subject the different module have a different weightage, so you have to start with that particular sequence. It's not like you can allowed to leave any particular module or any particular topic or subtopic. You have to cover everything, but start with the more weightage modules so that you will get more time to revise it as well, and you will be easily able to score more in that particular module. So that would I would like to say. And as ma'am said, numerical pattern questions are also there. These three subject, I guess, are kind of subject in which numericals are very easy. You know, if you have understood the term, if you have understood the like formulas and all, very easy to attempt these three subject as a numerical. But I guess AFM is a kind of tough job for many bankers, because I also find it tough, the account. So I guess because of this kind of subject, an individual batch also launched, ma'am. Can you tell that?
Yes, yes. So from 15th April, we are launching numerical batch in which we will cover AFM numericals, because we all know that AFM is wholly about numerical, where we are scared ki how we will solve an exam in 2 hours. So we need tricks and formulas and the smart play how we will do in their examinations. So we are launching for AFM specially numerical batch, which will be starting from 15th April. And one more thing is important: we have only limited seats, and limited seats means all start that seats are filling fast. So I request you all, if you are eagerly waiting to clear your AFM, especially as it is a numerical batch, please enroll it, and the details will be shared at the end of the our session. And I will request Niharika ma'am to add more points about it, our upcoming batch.
Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, when we talk about AFM, ma'am, it is 35 units. In terms of AFM, now we have around 35 units, out of which I think one of the lengthiest one is unit number 1, which consists of the basic part, right?
Okay.
Then, in terms of AFM, when we talk about the weightage, it's somehow very weird if I say just do only the module and B module and you will be able to clear. The problem is in accountancy, we have an alphabetical order. An alphabetical order, it goes like in accountancy, if you do not know the basic terminologies, if you cannot solve the basics, then even if I tell you about the advanced level, you cannot do that. For that, first of all, you have to go through the basics, that is module A. Then in connection with module A, you have to go through module B.
Correct.
Module B, when done, that gives you the way for module C as well. Module C is one of the areas where you get the maximum number of numericals. And with this all together, the complementary part is module D, which relates to the wealth management area, because we have taxation in the last module of module D, and that is in the first unit itself, and it is also there in wealth management. So more or less we have a connectivity with RBWM. But if I talk about AFM, yes, good part of it is covered in terms of numericals. The only myth about the examination, which has definitely formed in the last 1 year, is this examination doesn't have numerical. The problem is people feel that they are giving numericals on the basis of theory right now. If the MCQ is not having numbers or numericals, the number area is not there, we feel that this is not a numerical question. This is a pure theory question. But if you do not know how to solve a numerical, how will you understand the question which is in the numerical, which is converted into a theoretical way and asked in front of you? Last time, what happened was in the November attempt, we heard that maximum number of questions were theory, limited number of numericals were there. So, hardly 20 to 25 marks. That was what we heard. But when you look at the examination, you will see that questions are coming from the format on the basis of what? How to solve the question. If you haven't gone through the numerical, even if you know how to answer the theoretical part, which is by knowing the terminologies, you cannot do the question. You can see the theory question, but you cannot guess out how to solve that part. So for that, the most important thing for AFM is to understand how things are done on a practical basis, not on the theoretical basis. So if you cannot solve the numerical part, then definitely a good part of theory is going to be an overhead transmission for you. So one particular thing is definitely clear. If you're planning to come out for our courses, then you should go ahead and take up our numerical batch, which helps you become target oriented. You are doing the theory part on your own, or you're done it with our courses. Again, having the numerical part is going to be the cherry on the top. You have a better control over the numerical part, and one of the areas is how to use this calculator. Basically, we think that the calculators, I think I'll just get the calculator in the examination just before the examination, 1 day before, and I'll be set. But the problem is you need to make this calculator your buddy. You need to choose you are using the system calculator or your own calculator. But if you do not know how to operate the weapon, how will you go into the war? You will take a lot of time, because ultimately 2 hours are there. If you need to finish the numericals and you don't know how to operate a calculator in an easier way, then it is something which is as useless as a pen that you are carrying, and ultimately in the examination you don't use the pen. So basically, when you're going for the AFM area, na, we need that part to get an upper hand over the numericals. So for that, what you can do is our batch is coming from 15th. So we'll all will three would be there. That includes ma'am, me as well as Priyanshu ma'am. So we three would be there, would be guiding you throughout the area of numerical part. So if you're thinking, then please go ahead and enroll yourself as the time is ticking away before the class starts. I think it's better to enroll ourselves so that not even a single class is missed.
Exactly. So now let's meet the team here. So first of all, as you know, this is the English medium team of you, in which Aarti ma'am, Niharika ma'am will be taking AFM subject, Suprabha ma'am and me will be taking your PPB, and Vishal sir will be taking your retail banking and wealth management. So this is all about your mentors who are going to take your subject. So I will be taking IEIFS and the PPB. The PPB A and C module will be taken. Sorry, B and C module will be taken by me, and Suprabha ma'am will take your A and D module. So in the PPB, you will find that the sequence you have to follow is different in both the subject. If I talk about first your IE and IFS, the sequence you have to follow is D module, then C, then A, and then B. This is the according to the weightage of syllabus as well as the number of questions have been asked in the May and October 2023. Now in PPB, the same sequence you have to follow. A and B module are the biggest module in the PPB, and they have around 60% weightage in your paper. So the same sequence have to be followed for PPB and IEFS, DC, AB you have to follow. In the Indian economy, Indian financial subject, I would like to inform you all, this is the two subject. It's not a one single subject, two subjects have been merged together and it have created your one subject. So in the Indian economy part, that is your A and B module, you have to cover the basic economics that you used to study in the NCERT 11, 12 book. I guess everybody have heard about it. And the C and D module is related to your Indian financial system. A lot of financial product and services, financial system and their intermediaries we have to cover. And in PPB, if I talk about B and C module of your, these are the module. First, C module is totally related to the banking technology, and the B module is about your lending operations in the bank. So this two you have to cover in the B and C module. C module is not that much lengthy in comparison to A and B, but it's a kind of difficult module, I can say, because a lot of technical terms have been used, like what software bank is using, what technology bank is using. If you are able to do the NEFT, RTGS, IMPS, or any other kind of facility you are providing. So, what is the infrastructure but that RBI is allowing you to use to provide the services to the customer? That what we have to cover in the C module, and in the B module you have to cover the general operations or the terms or norms related to the lending operations. And for A and D, I would like Subrahma ma'am to inform us like what we have to cover here.
Yes, so as already Aman ma'am said that A module is the lengthiest module in PPB and a very important also, right? As compared to the other modules, right? So module D, if when we are talking about module D is having over approx 10 to 15 marks weightage. Approx 5 chapter will be there in module D, and module D will be totally related with your ethics value, completely theoretical module it is. Module A is also the theoretical one, but that is more related to your day to day banking. Module D is not related to your day to day banking, but yes, it will be, it is actually going to cover in the CIB also. Okay, so module D will be help you out in CIB, in ABM, and even in the HR elective. So ethics, morals, values, all you are going to understand in your module D. And module A is covering your right to information act, paying banker duty, collecting banker duty, negotiable instrument act, ombudsman, all these things we are going to cover in module A. So focus on module A as much as you can, right? And as rightly said here, A module is having the highest weightage, then B, then C, and the last one is the D, right? So
Exactly.
Aman ma'am.
Yes, so this is the sequence you have to follow here. Or one thing I tell bankers or students about module D, like this, let you learn how to be a good human being. I guess that's what ethics is. It helps you to become a good employee or good human being, because it talks about the moral principles and the code of conduct, everything you have to cover. So I guess it's a very small module, and it's a very interesting module as well. Like I myself find it very interesting. Now let's move towards the next, that is retail banking and wealth management. This will be taken by Vishal sir. And Niharika ma'am, I would like you to inform about the RBWM here.
When we talk about the RBWM, this is retail banking and wealth management. So you have a lot of things to learn from this area. You have numerical part in this examination as well. But the plus point of this exam would be it is not that lengthy. So that is the plus point. This is a subject which is definitely having 30 units, and I think it becomes more. Basically, if I talk about one more thing there to add up, Vishal sir is someone who is known for being crisp in his work. So he makes sure that you learn everything in certain way that you don't really have to get yourself stuck in the subject at all. He makes sure that the things are going on in such a smooth way that by the time you're done with RBWM, you are revising, you are doing the work properly, and you are also working on your self study as well. So that's one part. And if I talk about the subject overall, this subject is directly connected with our AFM as well. So you have a plus point that there are two subjects which are interlinked.
Or I guess, ma'am, the IFS part, the PPB subject, and RBWM, I guess AFM, you are also saying these four subjects are somehow having a certain common relation.
Yes,
Like
ma'am.
when you are talking about retail banking, the certain products of retail banking you have to study in main financial system. Always in the PPB it will be there, and the AFM I got to know that it will be there also. So I guess the subject is related to all the three subject of yours. Now let's move forward to the Niharika ma'am again for the AFM. And Niharika ma'am, what you want to add here? As you said, there is 35 units.
Right, ma'am. Overall, when we say there are 35 units, now 35 units are divided into four different modules: Module A, Module B, Module C, and Module D. In terms of Module A, B, and C, I'll be there. And in Module D, CA, Aarti ma'am would be taking your classes. So we have two people who will be helping you and guiding you in the entire AFM. If we talk about AFM, it's a subject which is having more than 600 pages in the Macmillan modules itself. So I think when we talk about the syllabus, it seems reasonable. I think PPP is longer than our examination. But the problem is, in our examination, it's more or less like maths. If you do not practice, you won't be able to do it. So, one particular thing that I would like to say and make sure that everybody's thinking about it, that is, do not try to binge watch. There's a difference between watching Netflix and watching a video course which is based upon practical subjects. By just looking at a numerical which the teacher is solving with snap of a finger, that means the teacher has worked hell hard on it. And when you don't do that, you won't be able to pick it up. Oral working in terms of the numerical part is just not there. Even if ma'am said that the other three subjects are having easier numericals, but the fact still remains, if you're not writing it, then it's of no use. And everybody in our Adda, you will find that even if we know about the concept, even if you will be knowing about 90, if we are doing the concepts, we have created the content. We are the ones who are solving the questions, but you will still see we are solving the questions for you in the class itself. That means we even know the importance that if you do not solve a question by your own hand, you won't be able to do it in the examination. There's a very strong thing called muscle memory. It is believed that your body muscles, if you work in a certain manner, it remembers that thing. And the same thing will happen once you're in the actual field. For example, running. If you've done the jogging well, then running is not a bigger problem for you. Same thing goes with our studies. If you've written the formula once, if you have solved the question on your calculator, in the examination, somewhere it will hit in your memory. Yes, I think I've seen a similar question. So I think I can proceed further. But if you have just seen the question on the basis of a video course, then I think that would be very unjust to say that I went through the entire course, but still I couldn't do the numerical in the examination. To do a numerical part, you will have to accept one thing: your calculator and a pen and a notebook, or whatever you look forward to, free notes or anything else. You need that part instead of actually going forward and accumulating n number of things for the examination. You should focus upon one particular thing. Everybody, you should make sure, even if you're not a part of our courses, I would still say Macmillan book is enough. The IIBF books that are given to us, they are enough to prepare. That is why we all are following the books itself, right? So make sure if you are using anything, then don't go with random things that you find on internet which is very very important short questions or anything else. First of all, you go through your work as well, because just by teaching the part of accountancy, I would never say that you can score very good marks. You will have to sit down, you will have to study with me, and then you will have to do the self study as well. Till the time you don't go through these things, it's impossible to say that acha, AFM is having 35 units. It can be cleared with a snap of a finger. That is basically misguiding you into something which is not possible in the examination at all. So you will have to sit down and do the questions even the theoretical portion, even we have provided test books, test series is there, ebooks are there. You should go through every single resource that Adda is providing you in terms of your examination. Aarti ma'am, over to you.
Yes, yes. And if we talk, ma'am, can I get your pen? Yeah. If I say like we have four modules A, B, C, D, so I think equal to will be a justable answer because each and every module contains a very high weightage. We can't say ki just read A or B or C or D because here it is very dynamic chapter. It's a very dynamic subject because in starting you will learn about the financials, all about company, how they are preparing and everything. But as you move forward and you come to C module, there you will see how the investments are made by the companies, how they are deciding their future aspects. And as you move to the D, it's totally a different area, or I would say like it's a totally different angle that how taxes are charged and how back end working is done. So this whole thing is like I think Niharika ma'am, correct symbol,
No,
or
it's
you want to
absolutely correct.
change it? Correct, na ma'am? Yeah.
Basically, what is happening, ma'am? It is a 100-mark question,
Correct.
and basic 100 questions based question. So we have 100 marks. There can be 2-mark question. There can be 1-mark question. We can also have half.
1.5. Yes, yes.
But the problem is C is basically the area which has more numerical part. But we
Correct.
cannot say that A is lesser because the number of questions from A are asked more in terms of volume. Though they would be of smaller marks weightage, but the number would be more to equate that part. So if we
Correct.
go into the mathematic area, we have 100 marks. So each module divide by 4, that means 25 marks
25.
approximately should be given to each area. But the problem is, how can we analyze? Just 2 examinations have happened in this particular AFM. They are giving almost equal weightage to all the chapters.
Correct, correct. So as an examiner is no one knows that how his mind is working, so we cannot predict anything. But at least we can try our level best to match their level of thinking. Now, so we all want from you all candidates to study all four modules equally and with precisely. And here I will call that's all about AFM because already we have discussed a lot of things. And yes, ma'am.
So as I have told you, Suprabha ma'am will be taking your A and D module of PBB. So I guess you have met your team here who are going to be with you in all of your preparation for JIB June exam. I cannot say now May because it is starting in the June. From the starting, we used to give JIB May 2024. Now it will be JIB June 2024. And for that, we are here with a very good offer for all of you right now. If you see the JIB CIB Mahapack 2.0 is there. Now, what's the benefit of JIB CIB Mahapack? Because in the one Mahapack, you will be getting to clear your JIB as well as your CIB. You do not have to go enroll with any other batch or any other product. Just single product is there that will cover everything. Like your video classes will be there in which conceptual study will be covered. Video recordings will be available 24/7 for all of you. Ebooks, topic-wise tests, full-length mock tests, everything is available in this batch, in this particular pack with the JIB and CIB content. Okay. Even the CIB elective paper will be also covered here. Now, this is the JIB Mahapack 2.0 that is very much useful product for all of you because it will be having right now the 1 year validity and it cover everything. Why it is very much important in this last 2 months? Because it covers all batches. And if you are going to enroll in the JIB Mahapack 2.0 right now, let's say after this session or within next 1 week or after that you are enrolling in the Mahapack, so I would suggest go with the crash course. You will find crash course here. You will find revision batches here. Apart from that, ebooks are available. Your class PDFs will be available. Apart from that, topic wise test and full length mock test will be available. And these are the thing which you actually need in the last 2 months, because with the crash course and revision batch you will be able to cover all the topics of each and every subject with the conceptual study as well as with the revision, because in the revision you will be practicing the content and you will be revising the content again. And in the ebooks PDFs you can revise it by yourself as well by reading it. Let's say if you are traveling with the public transport, so you can open your PDF and you can read it there. Apart from that, topic wise test and full length mock test will help you to know like whatever you are reading, is it enough for your preparation, is it enough to clear your paper or not. So what happened, a lot of candidates are there who are able to understand the concept. When you are teaching them, they understand the concept, but when they are going to attempt the paper, somehow they are not able to answer the correct option. Reason, lack of revision might be. At the time was mentor was explaining the concept, you are able to understand, but you haven't revised it, so you are not able to apply that concept in the paper. So only understanding concept is not sufficient. Now you have to learn how to apply the concept, because the language of paper is tricky since the May 2023. And because the language is tricky, we have to practice according to that particular language, so that in the paper, if you find something like the very difficult question is there, then you will be able to understand in a minimum time, because also you have a time period, limited time period, in which you have to cover all the four subject all the questions of your subject. So that's why it's very important you practice. And topic wise test, I would say, start with the topic wise test. When you cover 50% of your syllabus, start with the full length mock test also. Topic wise test help you to know, like let's say for example, you have studied the derivative market in the Indian financial system module D. In derivative market, you have heard or you have studied around 35 plus subtopics are there, Hana, that you have learned new. And out of those 35, obviously all the 35 topics will not be asked to you. A certain limited topics will be there out of 35, that definitely and 100% chances is there they will be asked. So when you give the topic wise test, you get this understanding like this is the more important topic, Hana. Though, so you practice on that, you revise on that. In the topic wise test, you will find solution in the explanation given in the solution of your mock test or the topic wise mock test also, so that you can revise it there also. Let's say there is one question you are not able to recognize at that time, so you can simply, after giving the test, you can go and check the explanation, you can revise from there also. So these all are the batches or content, I would say, will be helpful for all of you. It is available in the Mahapack with a 1 year validity. Apart from that, if you want to go for the individual batches, individual crash course batches are also available. This is the 2.0, because the first crash course already started, it is going on. We are starting second also, because now you have other 2 months available. So this is the batch starting from 15th of April, you can see. And the timing will be early morning or late evening, as in the all batches happens. And the last, to enroll in any of these batches, you will get here 80% discount with the double validity. So on the individual batches, you will find 80% discount, and on the Mahapack, you will find 80% discount plus the double validity, and the validity is of 1 year. And to avail this offer, you have to use a code TRIO. This is your code. This will give you 80% discount as well as the double validity on the Mahapack and the batches. And now, how to enroll in this particular batch? Okay, so how to enroll, ma'am? Can you please guide us?
Yes. So for the enrollment, we have to use our Adda 247. Just a second. I'm so sorry. Yeah. So this is our homepage. For this, you have to use adda247.com, and this is your homepage. And here you can see all courses. And when you click on this all courses, you will get to see JAIB and CAIB. So firstly, let's see about JAIB May 2024. So we are talking about Mahapack, which is JAIB Mahapack 2.0. So from here, you can enroll for this batch. Buy now. And if you use code TRIO, and when you do the enter, you will get 79% off. And more batches you can see, plus 1% if you use the applications. Yes. And for 1%, you have to use the application. Then your total discount will be 80%. And this is our JIB pack.
And as you can see, double validity is available with the 80% discount here if you purchase from the Adda 24/7 application.
Okay.
And remember the code, that is the TRIO.
Yes.
Apart from that, individual courses.
Yes. Again, if we come here, we will see the crash batches. Like bilingual and English batches. But this one is already, which is going on. We are talking about 2.0. So if we scroll down, you will get to see Crash Course 2.0 JIB June 2024. So here it is for 19,000. But if you use the code TRIO and enter, you will get 79% off. And by using the app Adda 247, you will get 1% extra coin discount. And with this also with 6 months validity. And the same applies for the English and for bilingual batches also.
And one more thing I want here to show you all, as the ma'am already said to you, that the AFM numerical batch is also coming. So this is the numerical batch.
Yes.
And if you enroll in the Mahapack, you do not have to go for an individual subject like crash course or revision batch or you numerical batch. All will be available in the one pack, that is the Mahapack. And with the 1 year validity, it will be available to all of you.
And I think one more point is there ki, if any candidates get the doubt, so where to go and how to ask. So we are providing live doubt classes also. So through so you that you can connect with us on spot if you get any doubt. So one more point I want to add, ma'am. That one is doubt live
Yes.
class.
Exactly, just as ma'am said, that apart from getting the conceptual classes, recorded videos, ebooks, topic wise text, full length mock test, you are also getting the doubt session. If you have any query, you can ask your mentor to conduct a doubt session and you will clear your doubts there. So I guess that's all the information we wanted to give you all regarding your offer or the preparation. And again, 1% additional discount will be available if you download the Adda 24/7 application. Now, so Prabha ma'am, Niharika ma'am, you want to add something here in the end?
Sure, ma'am. I think mine point would be just one, that is, for this examination, make sure that if you have got time, then each and every minute that you have got, to add something to it. Because if you have got more time and if you still feel that I'll prepare it by the end again, then you are again getting to the vicious circle of giving the attempt again and again. So it's better to end this particular vicious circle right away. Prepare well, prepare properly, and without any regrets, go for the examination. At least in the examination, we don't feel ki, acha, I wish I would have studied. That would have should not be there. So if you're planning, we are giving you an opportunity to be with us and prepare along with us, because we are not going to say that you have to prepare. We will be with you throughout the preparation in terms of the guidance, questions, doubt sessions, practice. I think we are doing everything from our side, but all we want is you being by our side and preparing well. That's it, and all the very best, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am. So Prabha ma'am, you want to add something?
Yes, one thing I would like to add, of course, just focus on your strength and work on your weaknesses, right? Suppose, for example, if you're very weak in your AFM subject, right? So focus, give your 2 months, especially for your AFM only, right? And whatever PPB, or if you're having the good knowledge about PPB and RBWM, and if you don't have any idea about AFM, right? So already we have launched the new batch that is especially for AFM and for non-accounts background banker, right? I think this will be very useful for those banker, those do not have the account background. I think that will be very useful. Am I right, Aarti ma'am and Niharika ma'am? So all the best for your upcoming JIB exam. Thank you.
So yes, in the end, I want to add one thing, that do not worry about how I will be doing this in the next 2 months. Take it step by step. Like just focus on the conceptual study, then revising it, and then do the topic wise test and full length mock test. These are the 4 things you have to do. So do not panic about it. Just go step by step. Start with the first step of your understanding the concept, and definitely you will be clear your paper in the single attempt.
So here we will let's end this.
End the session.
Yes, thank you for watching, and go fast and enroll because seats are limited, and we want you to be promoted soon. So all the very best. Keep watching Adda 247. Do like this, share this sessions, and if you have any doubt, you can put comments. And thank you for watching.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.